Secretary for ICSSR-2023, and I will be hosting the stage for the remaining duration of the inaugural session. Our next keynote address will be delivered by Dr. Nauman Majeed, Dean Social Sciences and Management Sciences, Lahore University. Dr. Nauman Majeed has spent over 30 years in the field of management, teaching, corporate, educational, and government sectors. He obtained his PhD in Leadership and Management from Faculty of Business and Economics, University of Malaya, Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. Dr. Mang has done postdoctorate research and training from Institute of Research, Management and Services, University of Malaya, Kuala Lumpur. Dr. Majeed has remained as adjunct professor, Institute of Business Administration and Institute of Administrative Sciences, University of the Punjab, Lahore, from 2006 to 2020. His research publications have appeared in top-tier international peer-reviewed SSCI, SCI, and Scopus indexed high-impact factor Q1 and Q2 journals like Journal of Knowledge Management, Personal Review, Journal of Nursing Management, Sustainability, Quality and Quantity, Team Performance Management, UKM, Journal of Management, among others. For high-quality research work, he has been awarded with Emerald Literary Award for Excellence, Outstanding Paper Award 2020. Dr. Nauman is an active reviewer of Web of Science, ISI, and Scopus journals. Dr. Nauman is a certified leadership development trainer for senior executives from LUMS, REDC, and social entrepreneurship from National University, Singapore. He has worked as consultant academic accreditations, consultant HR and corporate trainer, and remained as head of Human Resource Department, state-of-art Shaukat Khan Cancer Hospital and Research Center for 7 years, and as Director Human Resource in Superior University and Medical College, Lahore, for 2 years. He has lectured at leading international and national level institutions like University of Malaya, Kuala Lumpur, International University of Malaya, Wales, Lahore University of Management Sciences Business School, Institute of Administrative Sciences, University of the Punjab, Institute of Business Administration, University of Central Punjab, University of Management and Technology, Lahore College of Women University, PIQC Institute for Quality, Superior University, and Pakistan Institute of Management. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome him on stage.
ويسر لي أمري wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. Distinguished dignitaries, guests, ladies and gentlemen, our chief guest of today's conference, Professor Anila, our keynote speakers to include Dr. Qasim, Professor Julian, and Professor Dr. Jawad from LUMS. Thank you very much for joining us today here at Lahore Garrison University. I would just like to mention that in addition to these academicians, the top academicians and experts of their fields, we have also invited today the industry experts from different areas. So today we have here with us Ms. Aisha Faisal from Punjab Information Technology Board. We have with us Agha Hussain, who is heading the marketing department of Suzu Motors, and we have Ali Murtaza from who is the regional head of Pakistan State Oil. We also have academicians from different teams of academicians from University of Punjab Psychology Department, from University of Central Punjab, from Lahore College of Women Universities, Kinnaird College, and we are also honored to have a team led by Dr. Samya Jamshed, who is Director Business School of Superior University, Lahore. So straight away coming over to my talk, which is on making social sciences matter. Just to start this talk, I would also like to mention that we at Lahore Garrison University, under the dynamic leadership of our Vice Chancellor, Major General Shahzad Sikandar, we are working on improving and promoting the research culture in Lahore Garrison University. These international conferences at Lahore Garrison University are now being held very frequently, and we are also promoting different seminars that leads to academic and research excellence. From this platform, I would also like to share with you that recently, I think just 2 weeks back, Lahore Garrison University has achieved the status of X category in research from Higher Education Department. Our ORID department, led by our Director ORID, Dr. Tahir Ilyas and Dr. Nabil, they worked very hard, and out of 178 universities of Pakistan, Lahore Garrison University, Alhamdulillah, has positioned itself at 21st out of 77 participating universities. So only 5 of the universities, 5 top ranking universities of Pakistan, they have W category status, and very few have achieved the X category status. So this shows that we are improving ourselves to promote the research excellence. So my dear students, academicians, ladies and gentlemen, I would be straight away going to today's topic, which is on making social sciences matter. This would be the content which will be covered. First of all, I would be just highlighting the framework for change, then science was a way out, followed by a bit of comparison between social and natural sciences, then failure of social sciences till now. Because we as social scientists, we have been tagged by basics and natural sciences experts that social sciences has failed and has not been able to work to the standards that was required. So I will be discussing those areas also, and then obviously keeping in view the modern philosophies, and I will share with you the landscape of social sciences research, which will give you the idea and which will also develop the argument, the tag which has been placed on social scientists. So I will argue on that tag that social sciences is also doing their best in different areas. So that will be covered under the mapping and landscape of social sciences research, and finally making social sciences matter way forward. We all know that according to the change management experts, change occurs in 3 arenas, right? Arena of head, arena of heart, and arena of hands. So, since I have mentioned that we are promoting research excellence in Lahore Garrison University, so at this time also we are moving through a process of change. So the leadership of Lahore Garrison University, from the top, from the level of the deans, the faculties, and from the levels of the head of the departments and chairpersons, we are trying to promote this framework of change. So the head arena, that is the directional change. The people, the employees who are affected by the change, they ask the rationale behind the change. The heart arena involves the emotional attachment and feelings regarding the change arena. So they will be, whether the employees are emotionally attached with that change or not. And the third arena is behavioral change, which is mostly operational. And the employees or those who are affected by the change, they might ask, in addition to the rationale of the change, they would be asking what is in there for them to change. Why should they change? Who are the leaders of the change? Who are the change agents who will manage them? What support will be provided to the people who are involved in the change? So this is thus the change management framework that I have shared. Now, just a little bit discussion on the science was a way out. If we trace back the history of philosophy of social sciences, so this history is traced back to the ancient history, and we academicians, we know that ancient history started from Egyptians, that was 4,000 years before Christ, and then 2,000 years before Christ was Mesopotamian philosophy, and then came the Persian philosophy, followed by 1500 years before Christ Indian philosophy, because India has a very large civilization, and after Indian philosophies 1000 years before Christ was the Chinese philosophy, and then the philosophy became mature during the time of Greece philosophy, that was almost 385 to 500 years before Christ, and the famous philosophers at that time were Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle. So this is one of the famous saying of Aristotle, because in social sciences and in natural sciences or any kind of sciences, there is an argument, there is a difference of opinion, we have different school of thoughts. So those difference in opinion and different school of thoughts, they promote the research excellence, they promote in advancing the knowledge. So just look at the saying of Aristotle, that Plato, who was the teacher of Aristotle, who was the instructor of Aristotle, but once we know that Plato's philosophy was mostly utopian, Plato's philosophy was idealistic. So once Aristotle came, and he had a difference of opinion with his instructor, because Aristotle's philosophy was mostly empirical, his philosophy was mostly logical, his philosophy was mostly ethical, and his philosophy was mostly common sensical. So he has mentioned that Plato is obviously dear to me, but dearer is the truth. So we will discuss here how we can promote social sciences by discussing their pros and cons. So this is just the comparison between the social sciences and the natural sciences. Like I have said that natural scientists, they have tagged social scientists that social sciences is a failure. Rather, a very tough tag they have placed on social scientists is that social science is a pseudoscience. Pseudo, we know that the word explains that it is a fake science, it is an artificial science. So we will discuss those areas here. So natural sciences are the disciplines that study objects of processes of the physical nature, and social sciences deals with the human society. So social sciences involves many of the disciplines, to include economics, sociology, psychology, politics. Now business management is also to some extent part of social sciences. The leadership is the main domain which is under the domain of umbrella of social sciences, and the natural sciences involves the basic sciences, to include chemistry, physics, mathematics, and other subjects. So the origin of social sciences can be traced back to the founders of modern social sciences, Comte, Karl Marx, Max Weber. They are the philosophers who have matured social sciences. I have already mentioned that social sciences and natural sciences philosophy, that was started 4,000 years back, that their origin can be traced 4,000 years back. And understanding phenomena of physical world by developing predictive model is the hallmark of natural science. Moving further, if these are just the philosophical assumptions, which I will try to explain in a very clear way. The ontological stance of natural sciences, it focuses on discovering natural laws of phenomena in the physical world, whereas the ontological stance of social sciences is basically understanding the social aspect. So there is a difference between the ontology, between the epistemology of both the sciences, right? So the epistemological approach in natural sciences is analytic, and the epistemological approach in social sciences is basically synthetic, from individuals to a complex system. The object of study mostly in basic sciences in nature, and the object of study in social sciences is social actors, right? The predictive power, obviously, we understand that the predictive power of natural sciences is higher than the predictive power of the social sciences. So we need both the lenses to understand the phenomenon. So this was just the bit of difference between or a comparison between the natural and the social sciences. So these are the basic tags which have been placed on the social scientist. First is the prestige of social scientists has been falling, while the problems they were expected to solve have become more complex and more urgent. So this is a serious concern which needs to be addressed. The second tag is a little contribution. Now the fundamental cause of disrepute is that social scientists have contributed so little which the world finds useful. So this is what basic sciences experts, they are tagging social sciences. Then is signs of retrogression. In the art of living together, whether we are living in family, whether we are living in society, or whether we are living in a community, the state or the nation, there are more signs of retrogression than the progress. In terms of international relations, the tag is the failure is so obvious that the point need not to be labored, and our race and industrial relations are so weak that only our enemies can derive comfort from them. So again, this is a very serious concern. Public attitude towards the social scientists is well exemplified by its reaction to the economists during the last few decades, because they tag that social scientists, the economists, they have not been able to control the financial recession over the decades. And finally, ethical neutrality. The social scientists have failed to see that if social problems were chiefly ethical in nature, because we promote power, we promote value, and we as social scientists promote ethics. But again, the tag is that social scientists are chiefly, since they are promoting ethical in character, they, by preserving their ethical neutrality, would restrict themselves to remain neutral when it comes to the terms in talking to the senior politicians, senior leadership. So the scientists, they prefer being silent. So we will discuss more issues in the coming slides. So why social sciences has failed as a science, and probably will never be able to develop the type of explanatory and predictive theory, obviously that is hallmark of the basic sciences. And how social sciences can matter again, we will discuss few of the arguments of the experts. So according to Bertrand Russell, who was one of the finest philosophers of the centuries, he says that the fundamental difference of concept in social sciences is power, value, and ethics. In the same sense, the fundamental in the basic sciences is energy, which is the concept in physics. So this is a basic difference, right? You need to understand. If I talk in terms of history of science, history and philosophy, so this need not to be told, but according to Russell Hanson, history of science without philosophy of science is blind, and philosophy of science without history of science is empty. And if it comes to the philosophy of social science is a systematic knowledge covering general truths devoted to the study of sciences, and the study of fundamental nature of knowledge is philosophy, basically the pursuit of wisdom. So this word philosophy is derived from a Greek word that is philo and Sophie. Philo is the love, and Sophie comes from Sophia, which is wisdom, right? So it is the pursuit or love of wisdom. Since we are talking a bit about philosophy, just see the history of philosophy. This slide is very interesting. As I have mentioned that Egyptian philosophy was the oldest philosophy, I am just sharing with you few of the contents of the origin of the philosophy. Because the philosophical debate in the field of sciences, whether that is natural sciences, basic sciences or social sciences, in times of tenures of Egyptian philosophy, in tenure of Indian philosophy, Roman philosophy, both social sciences and philosophers and basic sciences philosophers, they were working at par and they were working side by side. So here you can see Indian Ionian philosophers, and then came the era of Plato in 500 years before Christ. So again the theory focus was the theory of forms as well as threefold division of philosophy into dialectic, ethics and physics, right? So the basic sciences, physics is also here, and social sciences, ethics is also here. So this slide shows that in every tenure of the ancient philosophy, social sciences was at par with the natural sciences. So these are the modern philosophers, right? And closely associated to pragmatism, they advocate a detachment from objective truth with emphasis on utility, convention and social progress, right? So you can see, I have just shared this slide with you so that you can understand that they were working on philosophy together. So coming over to the theme of our conference, which is modern approaches to social sciences research. So we will mostly be confronting, and we as social scientists mostly be working on romanticism, right? A philosophy for social and cultural sciences. Again, positivism, a philosophy of all sciences based on Newtonian physics. Contemporary pragmatism, a philosophy for all empirical sciences. And computational cognition. This is again a latest philosophical approach that involves philosophy of cognitive and computer sciences, where the areas of artificial intelligence, the areas of machine learning, the areas of deep learning are discussed. So the point of philosophy in social sciences involves academic philosophy doesn't present a body of consensus knowledge the way chemistry and physics do. So to discover truth, whatever it is, we social scientists have to pursue this. To learn how to better live our lives and to understand our own views, to examine our own lives and be more conscious of our choices, to learn how to better think and reason, the main method of philosophy is to present and examine the arguments. So the tags I have already shared with you, which have been placed on the social scientists. Now I will be sharing with you the mapping and landscape of social sciences research with a scientometric analysis. So the data is very interesting. From here you can see this is the index of most productive countries, the countries who have published in Scopus index journals, high impact social sciences journals, right? The top and the most dominant country is USA. More than 1 million articles they have published in high impact journals. 1 million articles, right? Followed by United Kingdom, 352,773 articles have been published. Followed by Australia at third with 143,000. Followed by Canada, Germany, China, 129,000 articles. Followed by France, Spain, Japan and India. So you see, India is one of the advanced country in social sciences and positioned itself at 10th among the top 10 countries, right? By publishing 56,000 almost articles with Hershey index of 117. So these are the states of, this is the state of top 5 countries. United States, followed by United Kingdom, Australia, Canada and Germany. Now these are the top institutions of the world who have published the research in field of social sciences, right? Most productive institutions. And this is more recent data. This data is of 2022, last year data, which has recently been published. So you see, this is basically the QS ranking of the university's position in the field of social sciences subject. So in the field of social sciences subject, again, Harvard University, out of 100, they scored 97.4 in field of social sciences, followed by University of Oxford, the London School of Economics, University of Cambridge, followed by Stanford University, MIT, mostly the universities of USAs are dominant, followed by NUS, National University Singapore, then Berkeley University of California, followed by Yale, and at 10th position is a university from Italy. So these are number of leading humanities and social scientists per country in 2022. Out of 1,000 top academicians in the field of social sciences, the standard was set that the social scientists who will be considered will have a Hershey index of more than, H index of more than 30 or equal to 30 or more than 30. So again, United States is dominating with 497 social scientists, right, out of 1,000, followed by UK 193, Australia 72, Canada 58, and so on. So you can see the amount of work, tremendous amount of work which is done by the social scientists. Again, this data shows institutions with the best humanities social sciences. Again, Harvard is on the top with 31 social scientists, University of Michigan with 21, followed by Stanford 17, University of Oxford and University of Pennsylvania has achieved 10th position with 14 top social scientists. Now this data is again very interesting. The 25 most cited books in the field of social sciences. Here you see the top book in the field of social sciences that involves psychology, sociology, economics, philosophy, political science was published by Thomas Kuhn. We academicians know who was Thomas Kuhn, right? Thomas Kuhn was the scientist who gave the idea of, who coined the word paradigm in 1962 in his book Structure of Scientific Revolution. Right? So he was the one who gave the word, coined the word paradigm and then the paradigm shift. So his book, The Structure of Scientific Revolution, which was published in 1962, the discipline is philosophy, has received 81,311 citations, right? So this is till 2018. This data was available till 2018. So in 5 years, the data will have been updated more. Followed by Diffusion of Innovations book on sociology, mind in society, psychology, discipline, and punish. The author is one of the famous philosopher, Michael Foucault. Philosophy has achieved 60,000, more than 60,000 citations. The fifth discipline, Peter Senge's book, is again one of the very interesting book, which is in the field of management. So this data is very interesting, which gives an idea that in the field of social sciences, the most dominant till now is psychology. Out of these 25 top cited books in the social sciences field, psychology books are 6, followed by sociology 4, economics 4, philosophy 3, political science and management 2, education 2, anthropology 1, and linguistics 9. So these are 25 top books. So this gives the idea in which discipline social sciences is working at a higher pace. Okay. Now, what is the stance of social scientists? Social scientists, they say that social sciences is unloved and sidelined, failing to understand the leaders, the politicians, the policy makers of the government and nations. They have failed to understand the social sciences and the voice of social scientists, right? The social sciences, obviously, like Professor Julian was mentioning, that they can help in advancing the international relations by their dialogue with the politicians, right? So social scientists in the field of international relations, they can help governments, important social and political challenges, but many academicians feel that their research work is ignored in the field of social sciences. So politicians don't pay much attention to the latest social sciences research. Many social scientists believe that their achievements are undervalued, especially when compared with the work of this in natural sciences, technology, engineering and mathematics. So therefore, the social scientists have taken a back seat. Some realities. These realities, since we have here with us the top level of leadership, the second tier of the leadership, the third tier of the leadership, so we need to share these realities, right? All students in the field of social sciences and other sciences, they deserve excellent teachers, right? Mediocre teachers and supervisors breed substandard performance. Skillful leaders in academia. Many skillful leaders in academia are sitting here through this platform. So in academia should focus efforts on confronting mediocre teaching and research to prevent lost opportunity in learning. So we are not doing justice with the students if we are compromising the standards of teachers and the standards of researchers. After my talk, Professor Jawad from NAUMS will be here, and I will leave this point for him to discuss whether they compromise on the hiring of the teacher in NAUMS or not. So I would leave this point as argument to Dr. Jawad. As a university leader, do you have what it takes to promote teaching and research excellence and confronting the mediocrity, right? In one of the famous books written by Jim Collins, Good to Great, in that book, Jim Collins mentioned that if you satisfy on good, you cannot reach up to the level of greatness. So he has identified that good becomes the enemy of great, right? So we as teachers, we as researchers, we as academicians need to be very careful while hiring our faculty. Now, social science research studies need to be robust. This is just regarding the research, novel and robust, logical and persuasive argument, comprehensive data sets. My just little suggestion is that we need to advance our social sciences researchers to learn more advanced softwares. I have been visiting different universities as external examiners. Believe you me, very good universities, they are still stuck with the old software that is SPSS. SPSS has its own strong points, but now there are a lot many updated software which provide more rigor to your research, which provide more advancement to your research. And if you apply those softwares like structure equation modeling, use of MOS, use of PLS, and Vivo in qualitative research, so your publications will advance. So here you see, if you apply the latest softwares, you can have very good analysis with you to work on. This is just the density map, overlay visualization map, the country collaboration map. So these types of data would advance your research, right? This is 3-field plot, Sankey diagram, word growth and dynamics, plots and trends. This is one of the latest paper which we have published. I am one of the author in that paper on scientometric approach, right, of business ethics research. So this data was in that paper. So this is the word tree map, conceptual structure mapping, topic dendrogram. So this will enhance your research, okay? Push factors or benefits to publish, we all know that academic promotions, tenorship, institutional grants and fundings, disseminate findings open to public, and scientific ranking of institutions will increase, right? Like I have mentioned that our ORIC department's ranking has increased considerably from the last year because of the research work that we have promoted. Okay, just last 2-3 slides. This model of learning was given by Professor Gordon of Gordon Training School for teachers' effectiveness, right? There are 4 layers of learning in this model. This is the first layer, followed by the second layer. First layer is unconscious incompetence, right? Unconscious incompetence. This is a novice stage, the very early stage, and we need to take out our faculties, academicians from this level of learning to the higher level, advanced level of learning, right? So at this stage, the state is like that, I do not know that I do not know how to perform a task. Right? One is that I am ignorant, and the second is I am ignorant about my ignorance. So this is unconsciously unskilled stage. We need to move our faculty from this stage to the training stage, which is unconscious competence, then conscious competence, this is the skill stage, and finally the fourth level given by Gordon earlier is the conscious incompetence, which is expert stage. And after some years, Gordon realized that there is one more level to this learning. So again, then they introduced the fifth level, which is mastery, right? Novice stage, advanced beginner stage, proficient stage, expert stage, and then mastery stage. So at the stage of mastery, at the first stage, if I say the statement, I do not know that I do not know. The second stage, which is the training stage, I know that I do not know. The third stage is I know that I know, which is the skill stage. And the fourth stage, which is the expert stage, I do not know that I know. Once you move to the final stage, which is the stage of mastery, then you move out from the domain of I. Then people would start saying that he or she knows how to perform a task. And that stage is the reflective competence stage, right? So very few reach up to this stage. But we as leaders and at the positions, we need to develop our faculty in this area. So here you see unconscious incompetence, the knife, the beginner stage. You see the node is increasing. This node is the node of knowledge, right? And just see the node how it increased at the reflective competence level. 5 levels of leadership. This is just the last word. These levels were given by John Maxwell in one of his famous book of 5 levels leadership. This model I have experienced is applicable everywhere. It is applicable in industry, it is applicable in government sector, it is applicable in corporate sector, and it is applicable in the academia also. So this involves 5 P's and 5 R's. The R's, they complement P's. The level 1 here is the position level, level 2 is permission level, level 3 is production level, level 4 is people development level, and level 5 is the level of clinical, right? And the R's which are complementing it, this is the entry level. If someone has given a position, it doesn't mean that he or she is a good leader, right? By virtue of the rights invested by the authority in that position holder, he is a leader. At this stage, believe it, people will follow you because they have to. They have no other option. The leader is imposed on them. They will follow you because they have to. If you move yourself up in the ladder to the level 2, which is the permission level, the leader starts building good relationships with their employees. And here the state becomes different. The people will follow you, they will move from the state of have to want to. People will follow you because now they want to follow you because you have developed very good relations with your employees. The third level is level of production. This is very important. Once you have moved yourself from the level 1 to the level 2 and to the level 3, the production level is the level where leaders come up with the results. And the results are very obvious to the employees. They are watching the results. You have to give something to the organization. Here people will follow you because you have done something for the organization. If as a dean of a faculty, I fail to produce results for my faculty, then people won't follow you because I am not giving results. And I was discussing this and I was doing a leadership development course that was back in 2009 in London. There we discussed that some of our politicians, because they are very good at relationships, they move at this level and they give results. So that people should see the results. Like our politicians, they have built hospitals, they have built motorways. So these are the visible results, right? So people, they follow them. But again, reaching to the 4th level is very new. Reaching to the 4th level requires a level of knowledge. That is people development level. Here at this level, people will follow you because what you have done for them. Right? What you have done for them. Whether you have invested in their development or not. I have seen many leaders, they are stuck at the level 1. Few leaders, they are stuck at the level 2. They do not reach up to this level. And many leaders, they get stuck at the level 3. So level 4 is very different. You have to invest in your people, right? And the fifth level is the level of pinnacle, which is respect. People will follow you because of who you are and what you represent. So this is just on the leadership, which this model is equally applicable to the academia. Making social sciences matter way forward. So we want to re-enchant and empower social sciences, and if we want to recover science from its current role as a loser in science wars, then we need to do 3 things. We may drop the fruitless effort to emulate natural sciences' success. Right? We should not compare ourselves with natural sciences. Their prediction theory, their predictive models, they are different from us. We may take up problems that matter to the local, national and global communities. We may effectively communicate the results of our research to fellow citizens. If we do this, we may transform successfully social sciences of what it is fast becoming a strict academic activity which is undertaken mostly for its own sake and increasing isolation from the society. We are likely to continue to hear about the crisis of social sciences. Research has a very dominant role in promoting any form of science. So university administrators will continue to see sociology, political science and other social sciences departments as appropriate and easy targets for cutbacks when cutbacks or downsizing or right-sizing are on the agenda. So as a combined effort of institutions, writers, reviewers, editors and publishing companies, we need to maintain and improve the quality and integrity of the social sciences. And the aim of classical social sciences is to hold up a mirror to the society. Finally, making social sciences matter through knowledge mobilization. The scientists till now, they are in social sciences also, I have shared with you the data. They are going for the publication, which is again a very difficult task, but we should not restrict ourselves only to publication. We move our research to action, which is known as knowledge mobilization. So knowledge impact on society, to move knowledge from the researcher to the citizens, moving from research to action. That is why we always try to invite the industry experts in our academic conferences. Knowledge has an inherent capacity to mobilize. Okay? Knowledge mobilizes people and provides the energy and direction for high performance. Knowledge mobilization brings knowledge people together and it embeds knowledge sharing also. So this is just the last model of knowledge mobilization from the information technology systems, information management systems, knowledge development sharing. We need to mobilize our knowledge. And in this way, ladies and gentlemen, we will try to move our social sciences advance forward. This is one of the reports which was published in 2016, World Social Science Report. It says the World Social Sciences Report features contribution for more than 100 experts. The report warns that unchecked inequalities could jeopardize the sustainability of economy. And it highlights significant gaps in social sciences data in different parts of the world. I would urge the social scientists to go through this report and you will gain more knowledge. In interest of time, I will leave here and we will be inviting Professor Dr. Jawad for his valuable talk. Thank you very much.